What's up, YouTube? Frank Carlino for Quick Poker, and we're going to go over a crazy session. I played a 20 no limit where I was playing only one table, and I was thinking really hard about every hand. Can't really play 10 no limit right now because I just can't take it seriously. Going to play a little bit higher stakes. This turned out to be one of the craziest hours of poker I've seen in a really long time. First hand at the table, I decided to put myself in a very difficult situation. I don't care that it's a low pair. I don't care that I'm out of position. I'm 3-betting. No, we have this guy beat. Very weak range here. I don't like that flop, but all the ace-king is in my range. I'm going to bet. I expect to get a fold. A little less than half pot. Okay, so when he calls that, could have king-jack or king-10 or something, but I still think he's on some sort of jack-10ish type of draw. I'm going to bet huge. Still repping ace-king. He calls that. Diamonds get there now. I could beat jack-10 and ace-jack. So I check to him. He jams. I should just fold here. I guess the mature thing to do would be just to fold here. But I still think he could have jack-10. He was on tilt. He was playing crazy. Like I said, oh, he's got a flush. Could have folded that. I flopped the flush draw. I'm going to lead. If nobody has an ace, it should work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Really doesn't work. I don't think this guy's ever raising a flush draw. I think he has a value hand. I call that because this guy's never making it 380 and then folding a pair of aces on the turn if I hit my diamond. Ever. There's the diamond. Not going to check. I'm going to lead small. Very small. See what he does. He just calls. Now I'm just going to jam. He levels himself into thinking, I bet a small to see what he do so I can bluff. He's obviously going to never fold anything. Who am I to talk? Look what I didn't fold on the last hand. But so he gets me with diamonds. I get him back with diamonds. We're going to raise it up with king 10. Try to steal the blinds. Flop comes king 5-3. I'm going to bet. Okay, so any concern we might have been beat goes away with that 10. So I bet pretty big, 315. And he jams here. Probably have the same exact hand, so it makes the most sense. And just calls the flop, doesn't know if I have a better kicker. Hits 2 pair, doesn't care anymore, raises all in. He's got to have king 10 too, right? I mean, we probably both just have king 10. No, he has queen 8 of diamonds. So he picks up the diamond draw, and now he just raises all in. And he's going to try to hit a diamond, and he binks it. So boom, right back down. I don't think he's ever making a raise like this right next to me with a strong hand. I'm actually going to 4-bet with my ace-10 to 225, and he calls. So I like that flop. I'm going to bet 360, and he calls. Now I have 2 pair. Okay, so he's probably DD. I'm going to check to him, and he just checks back. And now I make a big mistake, and I just bet it all, hoping he'll call and like level himself, but I should have just bet the turn, and now he finds the fold. So, I mean, typical guy who takes the free card doesn't have anything when I could have bet. No, be more straightforward when you're out of position. Stop trying to be so tricky. So that's a mistake. What are you going to do? So we're only down on 13 now. Makes a little min raise. Multi-way, we're obviously never folding 7-8 suited. After just calling pre-flop, this guy bets $2. He seems pretty confident. This guy who was not playing well at all calls. I need a 10 or a 5 that's on a spade, and there it is. There's the 10. So I'm out of position. I'm just going to lead. I am not giving anyone a chance to check back if they have spades. It looks pretty strong, but I'm just going to lead. If he has 2 pair, he might raise. Look at that. So looking like he probably has like a 9-10 or something, or like the same hand as me. What is this guy doing? He calls. I obviously call with the nuts. He does have 9-10. He needs a... Oh, he had a lot of outs, this guy, but he misses them all, and we scoop a massive $49 pot. I raise it up with the ace-queen. 6-10-4. He checks. I'm going to make a small c-bet, try to take it down. Doesn't work. I'm never giving this guy credit for a flush. He's playing so loose. He leads into me on the flush card. I raise that. I got the best queen. He calls. He checks again. I bet somewhat big, and he folds. He probably just had the ace of hearts. That guy's playing way too loose. We got the ace-9. We're up to 62 bucks. I'm just going to lead right into him. He calls. 2 pair. I'm very comfortable. I'm going to lead right into him. He calls. I bet huge. 8. Try to get called by ace-king or ace-jack. Maybe even a stubborn queen. He folds, and we win. We got the ace-9. I raise. He calls. I'm comfortable. I bet. I'm comfortable. I bet. Trip 9s now. I check so he could bluff his misdraws, but he doesn't bluff. He had a 10 and a 7. Perfectly played hand, but he just didn't bluff. We're up to 69 now. I'm going to try to execute beat his float with my air. So if he has a hand like ace 2 or ace 4, he's going to check call. All right, so he still could be check calling an ace 2, ace 4. I'm going to bet a little bit again in position. He just calls. Now I'm going to bet a little bit bigger, and he should be folding his ace 2s and ace 4s, and we should win with 10 high, and it works out. We got the ace king here. We get a raise. I'm going to 3-bet that because he's raising a limper, so I'm pretty comfortable with ace king. The initial raiser folds. This guy calls. So I'm going to size up here, and he quickly folded, so maybe could have worked in a check back there. But then again, if he has something like ace 3, ace 5, like he's going to chase that, because if he's so loose that he's limping in and then cold calling my 3-bet, then he's the type of player that's going to chase from out of position. This player's name is Puddle Jumpers. Been playing with him a lot lately. He's pretty solid, pretty feisty. So I like that flop. He didn't re-raise pre-flop, right? So he probably doesn't have a big pair. He calls that. I feel like I just have to check that turn. I can't beat diamonds. I can't beat an overcard. And then he takes that opportunity to possibly bluff me. We let him do it by checking the turn. That's why being out of position is so much harder. I mean, I wound up deliberating, and folding. Let me know what you think. Got a pair of 7s. Crazy boy. This is the guy with the queen 8 of diamonds. He 3-bets me. I'm not going anywhere with 7s. I'm just going to get it in. He has ace king, and we flop a set, and the best hand wins. We raise up the ace 10 suited. Loosey-goosey player who was not playing well just calls from the small blind, and we get a 3-bet from the big blind. It's a sizable 3-bet, and he's not really deep enough. All right, so I just got the notification of how much I'm up after an hour. Am I really going to blow all this now? Just give this guy 20 bucks right back after, making a comeback. 2.4, so it's 180 to me. All right, I'll give you 180. Hopefully he doesn't jam. Oh, no, we go 3-way. All right, so now there's a flop to get me in trouble. If these were clubs, too, it'd be even worse. If these were 2 clubs, if I had the 10 and the clubs, I don't feel like looking it up right now, but I think I'd have more equity than an overpair. Or it might be just exactly 50-50. If he has kings or queens like he was repping pre-flop, I'm in big trouble. So we're going to see what kind of sizing he uses. 360. Okay, so I gave him 180. I guess I'm going to give you another 360. I decided to call that. And the straggler here, who I don't know what he's doing in this hand. He calls. Wait till you see what that guy had. We got a check. I'm hoping he checks now. But if he has kings with the king of spades, he's going to keep betting. He checks. I just check. Now, we still don't know if we have him beat, but he only bet 160. He's going to have all the flushes, all the threes. This guy's never going to have a 3 unless he was checking a flush or something. We'll see what he does. But when he just calls this, I decide, I'm losing the main pot probably to this guy. So he just calls this. I feel like I'm ahead of the hands, like some sort of pocket pairs that were afraid of the spades. If he has a pair of jacks or something, even ace king or ace queen, we still have him because we have ace 10. So not afraid of him having me beat, just afraid of him. So I want to get a little rebate here from losing the main pot. So I'm going to do a little raise so at least I could win a little side pot from player here. So I probably make it a little too much, and I make it 9. And he deliberates and folds, and I win the whole thing, and this player had 9-8 of hearts. He called this flop. He called the flop with 9-8 of hearts, and we got the ace queen. Gonna raise it up. Crazy boy 3-bets that. I 4-bet that right away. I knew that was some sort of weak raise. In for 40, out for 84.